Okay, we're here with head coach Matt Gwilliam, second season at the helm of the women's soccer team here at Temple. Coach, just talk about the upcoming training camp that's about to start this coming week. And, you know, you have a lot of girls coming in, 15 freshmen and a pretty good amount of returners. Just talk about, you know, what you're expecting.
You know, I think we're just very excited to get training camp started. We'll have a large squad this year. We'll have 29 players here in for training camp. But, you know, I think it's going to be great. It's going to create competition here. It's going to force players to fight for their spots, accept their roles, and really dig deep to make this program better. I don't see anything wrong with the number that we have in there, because you're going to get the best out of the players no matter what. So we hope to improve. We feel that we're going to improve no matter what happens.
You talk about just, you know, mentioned already, there's a lot of freshmen coming in. What is the competition going to be like at those spots that you have available that you need to fill?
You know, when we first took this program over, we took it over a little late, and we didn't really have a chance to really recruit for our first season here. So we went hard and threw a lot of eggs in our basket to bring in the best players we could to Temple for 2012, and we really feel that. We feel that we addressed some issues that we had last fall. We created a lot of depth here as well. So, you know, I think it's going to be just a straight competition for people to win their place here.
When you have a roster that big, and training camp is going to be a big thing for this, but how do you build camaraderie with such a large group?
You know, I think our philosophy is that you're going to build a camaraderie through training together. There's going to be tough times here. There's going to be stresses on the body, on the mind. Like I said, physical stresses, emotional stresses, psychological stresses. We hope that these kids come together and look out for one another when you're encountering those things. Because I think if we can get through training camp in those situations, when we come to tough matches, it's gonna really win out in our favor then.
Now, your second season here, you've been through this once already. Now you have a little bit of an idea of how things run at Temple, and in terms of some of your players that are also returning. Just talk about, you know, maybe things you're going to try differently with this group. You know, offense was a little not probably as good as you planned last year, only 13 goals, but the defense was pretty strong. They had 5 shutouts. Just maybe talk about like some of the changes going forward.
You know, I think we're really going to go back to our roots in our philosophies of coaching. You know, my first spring here, we really tried to instill just 5 simple traits that we asked players to do for us. Then our first season, I think we got a little bit ahead of ourselves as a staff, trying to adapt and change, and we got away from those roots. So we're bringing them back here. You know, I think, and if we can get everyone to, you know, and talking to our captains, they said, well, what happened to those things? And that really kind of switched the light on for us, that you got to bring them back. And then we get the newcomers to buy into those things, we should hopefully see some success.
And talking about this coming year, you know, the Atlantic 10 Conference has changed. 2 teams have been added in, and probably the biggest thing about this is now there's 2 more postseason spots. Is that going to make it more difficult for teams playing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know, I think we saw last year that there's no haves and have-nots in this conference. That every game was a battle. We took our lumps a couple times, but we were what we felt, we were in 75% of every match here. We added 2 really good programs into this conference. There's been some coaching turnover, so that means that those programs again are going to be coming in with different philosophies, and you know, I think with all the change that the parity is going to be gone here. That we will have parity here in this. That you know, we're just expecting a fight, but our expectation is that we're in that A10 tournament at the end of the year.
You have players like Nikki Khan and Dia Kuoko left. They were pretty big leaders on this team. Who are you expecting to step up this year, especially in front of like a larger group of freshmen?
You know, I'm hoping that it's every one of those upperclassmen. You know, we return a captain in Kate Yurkovic, who imbibes all of the, you know, rules and standards that we hold in this program. She buys into them. I've seen great leadership qualities come out of Carly O'Toole over the last about 6 or 8 months, ever since the season ended. You know, I'm hoping that she kind of handles those reins, takes over the reins, leaving from a Nikki Khan and Dia and Sam Farlow. But otherwise, you know, we expect everyone to lead here in their own way.